Hi, I love that I got to see this video from this chorus because 2 weeks ago when I coached this chorus, oh my gosh, it's come so much further in the believability and the singing and other things, the confidence. It's fantastic. And I want to talk again about the more low-hanging fruit to be able to bump the game up even more to continue on for the festival adjudication journey that this choir is going to go on. So here it is. Let's just jump in here. First of all, I love the hands. Remember, while you're doing this, is not just to be hoity-toity. Have a reason to do this. I'll talk about it in a second. Let's just jump in and figure out what's going on here. So we have altos here and sopranos here. That was the first time we really just locked in. And you found where that chord is when the person who wrote this, who arranged this, got this right in, and they wanted that chord to lock up, and you did it. It's fantastic. But I'm gonna go back real quick. I see some people. If you take a look at this person right here, watch this look that we give. Like, ugh. Like, here we go again. That right there, think about your acting as you're jumping in there and holding hands like, okay, I'm not going to get upset. I'm not going to get upset. I'm just, composure. It's just another disagreement. We're going to discourse. It's just discourse. So really have that feeling while singing this, and it'll come through. Remember, if it looks good, if it feels good, then it sounds good. So coming through here. So we have a couple, you can put, if you're doing this on purpose, with no expression, it's going to come off great. But if you're doing it because it's your mannerism, it's going to come off unbelievable. Make sure you are aware what face you have there, and make sure you're doing it on purpose, because if you're not, it comes off believable or not believable. That 1% extra of giving this something matters. We want to make sure we come in strong there, right? So make sure this, because you want to just be there. Good job. Gentlemen, you need to be here being like, okay, I'm listening. I know this where this is going. Yeah. And you need to have that believability, not just like, unless you're doing that on purpose. Again, make a decision and follow through with it. Hold your hand on purpose, like to keep yourself together. Composure. Not going to get in a fight. We're going to go on. And if you do that, it builds up tension for the audience, like what's going to happen? What's happening? Otherwise, they're like, oh, just another choir singing. A very minor point. Nice. A very minor point. I would just do something else. I'm not a bass. I sound like a bass tonight, but I'm not. Anyway, hands down, very minor point. I'm done with putting my hands and working together. That's why you should be putting your hands down. Not because like that's the move, but it's more like a very minor point. And when you're doing that, it's like, I'm done. We're going to get into it. Let's go. Okay, watch the hands here, right? Why are you doing this? Like, I want you to have a reason to do this, not just like, that's my hands, okay, this is the choreo. You need to do something like breathe. Okay, we're not going to get a fight. We got this. We go into therapy. We know how to, I feel like this is what you're saying. Not like you are this, but I feel like this is happening. You got to have that emotion of why you would do this, all right? Not like, I would more like, breathe. I would do that more for this move. So make sure it's not make sure it's like misinterpret. I would even double down in the head instead of just like or do something with your, like, to make it reason like, oh my God, you're so thick-skulled. Make that point across there, very clear. And then go back to like, no, stop it, breathe. And if you do that kind of stuff, then you have more of a wave. Hyper, okay. You get the point. This might be This might be a little bit too like, this is my ear with the sympathetic ear would be like more of like, I don't think I'd ever in an argument like, you don't listen. I'd be like, you don't listen. So I think I might change that move to be there with sympathetic ear. To have, it has more attitude and like more annoyance to it. You see what I'm saying? More poignant. When it comes to listening, I'm not sure that you're any better, dear. When you do that that arm whatever, pretend like someone's putting their arm on your shoulder, like, no, I'm not, not in the mood to be touched right now. I'm not in the mood to hug. Make sure that move shows that. I like there's some of the movement here and like the little gaze back there, like some of that. And I like this, like, oh my gosh. And not everybody's doing it, right? Like your own, like, oh my gosh. And you can have a little moment, gentlemen, like you hear this, and play off of each other there. It'd be fun. My wisdom if you only were proficient comprehending. I think you mean reiterate, communicate, infuriate, negotiate, exasperate. Ah! Nice. Here it goes. It's very plain to see that you and I together have the most opposing views. If you think you're right, I wish you see the light. So I think we're a little unclear about where we're staring and where we're playing off of. Like, okay, I'm just going to do this, whatever. Just be careful of like find a place, find a friend. Like, if you're looking at another guy and you're a guy, you're like, are you serious? If you're a girl looking at another girl, like, while like over, you can look over your girl, like, yeah, right? You hear what he said? Did you hear that? Like, so play around with this a little bit more, and maybe find a friend, maybe find partner up, and see if you could just maybe do it with that person or stick that person while doing it. So. Otherwise, this becomes like mindless pacing. Now, the sound that we have here is fantastic. Now, I'm talking about a lot about cleaning up the looks, because if you clean up the body language, everything else that sounds good is going to follow with it. Without talking about this, like, do this with your larynx, do this with like the believability of this piece is going to come through like no other. If it looks good, if it feels good, and it sounds good, you got to make sure that that's locked in. So now let's get to some of the singing part here. So there's some notes guessing here again. Just make sure you're all one line, one space. And make it like, watch your director as they might go out bigger in a nice crescendo and decrescendo. Like, we want to be able to play with volume here now, like phrasing with a nice crescendo through there, right? We want to be able to play that line. We could use. Oh, sorry, my eyebrows got into it. So that's a little more frustration from the females. I need to hear and like be more like poised on it. I think it is impossible to find a way to end this agony. Yeah. All right. Yep. Come on, don't miss your exit. Nice ringing. Watch for the mindless pacing. Watch for it. So this, it's over and over and over and over again. If you stay at one volume level, it's going to get stale. And make it this. I know it's done but make it beg more here, ask more, plead more. Like, ask the person, like, can we just drop it more? Like, I need to have subtext here to be able to understand what's going on. Nice chord lock. All right, people are moving just to move now. If you're moving because you're getting into a place, walk with purpose. Walk like, okay, I can't deal with this anymore. I'm going to get my friends. I'm going to get my girls, and we're going to go ahead and lock it down. I'm going to get my people, and we're going to go ahead and, do what we need to do. I'm going to blow some steam off. Like, I can't deal with this right now. So we have one And then, so we see something happening here. There needs to be connection right away, we know. Hello. Just, you could do that, but just make sure it's, you know, add that in purpose, not as a mannerism.
There's nothing else to do. We finally reached a compromise, a single point of view. We've seen
I like what we're trying to do here.
so no more need to fight. Oh, now that we
So everybody needs to be just like this person has looked like their main character. So every gentleman needs to match what this person's feeling, and every person who's on the opposite side, every lady needs to match what this person is doing and feeling wise. Otherwise, we don't want that disconnect right now. Because we agree, we're on the same page. I hear so crystal words, so crystal clear, and make the words crystal clear as well. You know, on and on and on. I can tell, like, you know, don't okay, flubbing. I know on and on and on. I know the words because the sound just popped out. We got to make sure everything is as confident as that. I'm going to stop and say there's so many good things here. I don't have time to talk about it in this video. I don't want to, like, I could talk forever about it. So, gentlemen's not like, duh. I think it needs to be more like, I am right. This, you'd be like, as soon as the word time hits, like, what? Like, that's when you would react to that. Female singing that I am right this time. It shouldn't be more of like a mad thing. I am right this time, because you're making up now. You're finally, this is part of the argument where, like, you think you agree. So you're like, okay, honey, I think you know that I am right this time. Thanks for understanding that I'm right this time. Do that more right there. And if you do that more right there, then it has the level of like, okay, it's kind of like where a composer makes you think that the song has ended, but it hasn't. It's just about to take off. And when you do that, it creates more levels and more feelings for the audience to feel. You don't feel this much emotion, you feel this much emotion because you're bringing them back down to, it's okay. Nope. So as soon as that time, I am right this time. It's just very beautiful. Thanks for understanding. And then generally like, no.
I think you lost your mind.
Don't react when you sing, react when you hear the word time.
You don't respect my intellect. Your intellect is incorrect. I'm right. Wrong. Right. Wrong. I'm right.
This is a good part when everybody's going to each other like really believable.
I'm right. No.
That no, it needs a crescendo there. Otherwise, it makes no sense. It's just like a, you know, stale. Unless you're doing it for the reason like, no, oh my God. You're not doing it. It's the composer says that you got to build here. As it's written in the soprano part especially.
No!
No, you don't have that. Like, it's okay. That smack right there, if you did it in front of the face, like right, instead of back here, if you did it more like here, you could be so far away, and it looks like you did, but you didn't. It's really this far away. So you could do the stage front hand to do that smack. You're not even close to him, but it looks like you are. And then this gentleman can smack his own hands. You're very confident here, and this is the best part of the whole thing, which is great, because when movies end amazing, they are amazing movies. But if movies start amazing and end crappy, they end up being crappy movies. There could be movies where you're like watching the entire time, and then like the last 5 minutes, it just ruins it for you and it becomes a really bad movie, even though the whole hour and 25 minutes before that was fantastic. So this happening here is fantastic. You know this strong here. And there's a lot of great movement here. But make sure that you're not just always dead face. Make sure you're like, oh, and then what? Wait. Oh, okay, yeah. But no, it has to have those levels. Remember, the more emotion you give, the more people will feel for you here.
We should see the light and arbitrated, validated, mediated, moderated, compromising settlements is something we could use. Is something we could use.
Bump. Okay, so bringing that in there, you want to say that this last one is something we can use. Make sure when we're up there in the high part sopranos, we're just very heady, very, very, very head voice there. Woo, you know what you're talking about right there. But I want to say that even in this right here, you hear that this is, we don't have all the females here, I know that, but the people who are singing the treble part here.
Kiss my harmlessly with a very minor point.
Very minor point. Like there's so much good stuff that's happening here that where you like they're punching different words. This is just fantastic. If you get a chance to listen to your recording of Ladies Only Argument that happened on 3/6, oh, it's fantastic to really bring. And gentlemen, maybe you need to have your thing where you're able to like bond a little bit more in that section yourself.
I'm right.
You know that like it's crescendo and crescendo and crescendo and crescendo and like gentlemen match there. Open there. Like make sure your posture's good, right? Like really just right here when you're singing.
I'm right.
No.
Arbitrated, validated, mediated, moderated, compromising settlements.
That sacrament. And it does have the crescendo again to build that tension again, even if it's not written in the score. If there's anything you're doing intentionally that's not written in the score, write it in the score, and then the judges are like, oh, they meant to do that. Or if something is not happening and you're meant to, I'm like, we're not able to fix it, pretend that you did it on purpose and write in the score that you're doing it that way. That's another nice trick to be able to get that. Really nice things. I know I really, like, this is singing, right? This is a singing channel that I'm running, but really, if you fix all of these things, if I move different while talking to you, my voice changes. But if I move different while talking to you, my voice just naturally changes. All those things that you want to fix in this are going to happen when you do those things and fix those things here. So really great job. Thank you so much again for letting me hear this, how much we've grown since 2 weeks ago. It's fantastic. I'm sorry I didn't get a chance to talk about all the great things, but I really appreciate you. You have a really great director that knows what they're doing. So thank you very much for your time.